What if the very things you're doing out of pure love are actually building a wall between you and your little one? We're often told that being a strong parent means never cracking. But for a child, that strength can sometimes feel like a cold, lonely fortress. Today, we're looking at the hidden habits that can lead to avoidant attachment, where kids learn that showing their needs is a weakness. I'm Dr. Nit, and I'm so glad you're here. Stick with me as we walk through this together, because understanding this is the first step to a deeper bond. Number 1, the everything is fine mask. The first habit is something we've all done, dismissing those minor meltdowns with a quick, "You're okay, it's not that bad." We do this because we want our kids to be tough and resilient, right? But to a child, a lost toy feels like the end of the world. When we say, "It's nothing," their little brains get confused. Their heart is racing, but their hero, you, is saying nothing is happening. Eventually, they just stop coming to you with the small stuff. And sadly, that means they'll stop coming to you with the big stuff too. Number 2, the fix-it reflex. This is that instinct to jump in with a solution the second your child is upset. We hate seeing them in pain, so we try to fix it immediately. While your heart is in the right place, it can leave a child feeling a bit brushed off. Instead of learning how to sit with the tough emotion, they learn that feelings are just problems to be managed or hidden away. It turns vulnerability into a technical glitch they think they have to solve on their own, which can make emotional intimacy feel really scary later in life. Number 3, the performance trap. This one happens when most of our praise goes toward achievements, like grades or winning a game. Of course, we're proud of them, but when connection feels tied to doing, a child starts to feel like love is something they have to earn. Their nervous system starts to associate safety with performance. It creates this perfectionist avoidance where if they aren't winning, they feel they don't deserve your time. They stop being human beings and start being human doings, hiding their real selves because they're afraid of failing you. Number 4, the stiff upper lip. A lot of us grew up believing we should never let our kids see us sad or overwhelmed. We want to protect them from adult stress. But here's the thing. If a child never sees you process a hard emotion, they don't have a roadmap for their own. They see you as a superhero who never struggles, which makes their own very human feelings feel like a defect. It's okay to let them see you're human. Without that vulnerability, they grow up thinking that being a grown-up means being emotionally silent. If you're feeling a little heavy right now, just take a deep breath with me. You're watching this because you care deeply, and that love is exactly what makes repair possible. None of this makes you a bad parent. These are often just patterns we picked up along the way. Stay with me, because we're about to dive into some of the more invisible signs that are so easy to miss. Number 5, the good vibes only household. This is when we subtly discourage dark emotions like anger or sadness because we want a happy home. We say things like, "Let's turn that frown upside down." It comes from a good place, but it can make a child feel like only the happy version of them is welcome. They start to split, showing you the good kid while hiding the hurting one deep inside. Those suppressed emotions don't go away. They just turn into stress. They'll start avoiding you when they're sad because they think hurting isn't allowed in your house. Number 6, overscheduling autonomy. We often fill every minute of our kids' lives with enriching activities to give them the best start. But when a child has zero say in their own life, they lose the ability to listen to their own needs. They learn that their inner voice doesn't matter. Only the plan does. This can lead to a really tough kind of avoidance in adulthood, where they view any close relationship as a threat to their freedom. They've been managed for so long that closeness starts to feel like control. Number 7, the indirect ghost. This happens when we're physically there but totally checked out, usually because of work or our phones. We're all exhausted, and I get it, but when a child reaches out for a connection and hits a wall of distracted mm-hms, they feel a tiny sting of rejection. To them, it feels like they aren't interesting enough to hold your gaze. To protect themselves from the pain of being ignored, they eventually just stop reaching out. They become the easy child who never asks for anything because they've decided it's safer to just rely on themselves. Number 8, punishing the need for space. Sometimes when a child wants to be alone, we take it personally. We might respond with guilt or push our way into their space because we just want to be close. Paradoxically, this over-closeness can actually drive them away. If a child feels their boundaries are always being crossed, they learn that the only way to be themselves is to move far away, emotionally. They start to see love as a trap where they lose their identity, so they build a wall just to keep their true self safe. Number 9, passive-aggressive cues. Instead of saying what's wrong, this habit relies on eye rolls or the cold shoulder. We usually do this when we're just too tired to have a real talk. But for a child, these signals are scary because they're so confusing. They know you're upset, but they don't know why. This keeps them in a state of high alert, constantly scanning your face for danger. They grow up avoiding conflict at all costs, thinking that being honest will just lead to a cold, silent house. Number 10, the hero burden. This is when we rely on our kids for our own emotional support, sometimes called parentification. You might vent to them about your adult problems because they're so mature. It might feel like you're best friends, but it's a heavy burden for a child to carry. They start to feel like their job is to keep you stable. Because they're so busy looking out for you, they have no one looking out for them. In the future, they might avoid relationships altogether because they see love as work and responsibility rather than support. Number 11, the surprising culprit, praising independence too early. This one is the biggest surprise, praising a child for being so independent when they're actually in distress. We love it when they do it themselves, but often a child is only being independent because they've learned that asking for help doesn't work. When we celebrate their self-sufficiency in moments where they actually need a hug, we're accidentally rewarding their withdrawal. They learn that the best way to make you proud is to never, ever need you. It's the ultimate trap. A child who looks perfect on the outside, but feels totally alone. If any of this resonated with you, please, don't let your heart fill with guilt. There's no such thing as a perfect parent, and honestly, our kids don't need us to be perfect. They just need us to be present. Real connection is all about the repair. It's about what you do after the mistake. If you've been fixing instead of listening, you can change that starting right now. Just being here and caring enough to learn makes you a wonderful parent. If you want to keep exploring how to build that beautiful, deep bond with your kids, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me keep making these videos for you, and I'd love to see you in our next conversation. Remember, you're doing a great job. I'll see you soon.